It's a nice place. Well, I might have been born just poor white trash, but I sold 1 million records, made a little cash. The doctors and the lawyers, they don't think it's funny that they're living next door to white trash with money. White trash with money, let's go. Listen, did you know that? Welcome to White Trash with Money. Welcome back to White Trash with Money with Justin Danger Nunley, yours truly, Matt Lyda, and special guest today, Nashville recording artist Craig Campbell.
Hello. Say it there, Miss Lady.
How was my opening?
It was good.
Is that a good one?
Would you say, what would you give it scale 1 to 10?
It was a solid 8.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean,
John Chris kind of roasted me on it yesterday, which that's what he does.
Well, I think it's in his best interest to give you a lower score, just to get under your skin.
Right. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm not here to get under your skin.
I wish you would. Hey, when people are nice to me, I don't know how to act. I'm like, well, why are you being so nice to me? You don't like me or something?
We're just getting started. No, I do have a bone to pick, though. Okay,
let's go.
So, somehow or another, you ended up with my phone number.
Yes.
And I need to find out who gave it to you because I didn't.
I'm pretty sure it was you messaged it.
I did not give them permission.
Did not approve of this.
I'm pretty sure that was you that messaged me your number.
It could have been the singing barber.
No, I know who it was. Jared Wade, one of the other owners of Redfin Polarized.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
I need to talk to him.
Yeah.
Anyways, you called, left me a voicemail, and basically tongue whipped me about not calling you back about something, and then I called you back 3 or 4. I got the voicemail. I'll show it to you.
Okay, let's listen. Let's hear it.
But I've called you back several times, and you've never once picked up.
When was this?
March of 2024, so a year and a half ago.
I haven't called you back in a year.
Do you want to hear it? Can we hear it?
Go ahead. Hit that speaker.
Lord, when I die, I want to live. Yeah, I'm telling you, I can sing it better than you. You just didn't even know it. It's Nunley. Give me a holler when you get a chance. Or don't. If you don't call me back, I'm going to put out a video about how you're a dickhead. I won't do that. I might. We'll see how things go. Holler at me.
That's what it was. Yeah, you were telling me that if I didn't call you back, you was going to cancel me.
Right.
And I did, and then that was it. And that was
Maybe
it.
I was just trying to see if you was a dickhead or not.
I guess so. Well, you did. You never did make the video, so I guess you didn't think I was a dickhead. So.
We're doing the video now. March of 2024, and I never called you back.
Never.
My bad, dog.
That sounds like Justin. That's par for Justin.
But you know what, though? Normally when that happens, they always, well, we've been busy, Oh.
No, I had time to call. I'm just.
That's how I feel when people say I was busy.
I have weaponized autism, okay? I can't remember shit.
You weaponized autism.
Yeah, sometimes it's weaponized against you, sometimes me. I don't know. It just depends on the day, Or if I take my Adderall. If I take my Adderall, it seems to be under control. I do be trying, though. I try my damn hardest. It's tough being stupid. I was going to say you was
in a hell of a mess.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You seem to be handling it well, though.
I am.
Okay.
I am. Well, on the outside,
On the outskirts.
He's got paid help.
Hey, speaking of Outskirts of Heaven, I got to ask, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, right?
Yeah.
But, Outskirts of Heaven is probably, your biggest hit, right? I mean,
it's definitely my most consumed song. Yes.
Right. How do you feel about, it being your most consumed song and it being a cover of a Warren Zyder song?
I look, first of all, straight up.
When are you taking your shirt off in your concert?
Are you ready to punch me?
You ain't the only one, bro. I'm immune to it. I straight up. First of all, let me just say I'm honored that Warren did cover it. Mm-hmm. He covered it. But I own a restaurant and
I got him rattled early on, boy. I got him rattled.
It's good, but I got to tell you the story because it's great. So we rent my place out for private parties, and there was a guy, he rented it for his 40th birthday party. He didn't know I was going to be there. Mm-hmm. I was bartending. And he's like, bro, he's like, he was hammered. He said, will you get up and sing Outskirts? I said, sure. So I did, and happy birthday. And then I got back behind the bar, and this girl comes up, and she's like, oh my God. I said, yeah. She said, nah, don't take this the wrong way, but you sing that Warren Zyder song better than he does. She did. I said, I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's funny. I will have to say your version is 10 times better. No hate to Warren Zyder's at all, but if I'm going to listen to Lord, when I die, see, dude, I hit those notes better than you.
Yeah, that's.
Let me hear it. Let me hear
debatable.
Let me hear it.
That's debatable.
What do you want to hear? You want to hear the recording of you?
No.
Oh,
nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear.
Actually, it's not bad.
Oh, don't give him.
It's not bad.
He's on the last button of that hat. Let's not inflate that head anymore. You know what I mean?
I did their podcast yesterday, and they was like, "Hey, you're really not that bad. I am tone deaf." Gary LeVox even says it. He's like, Nunley.
I've seen some of the Gary LeVox banter, and but I've also you're pretty, like persistent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a record deal?
Does it pay good?
No, not at all.
Both artists in the room are shaking their head. No, the hardest they could ever.
You know what? William Hung back in the day made a lot of money off not being able to sing. I'm just saying.
William Hung?
Yeah, he was on American Idol. It was like season 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like he was super bad?
Yeah, the big song he came out with, She Bangs. She Bangs, She Bangs. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently he made a lot of money off putting an album out because he couldn't
And I'm
sing.
sure he got a nice appearance fees too for the next couple of years after
Andy,
that.
do you know him? No, William Hung. Do you know William Hung? You don't? Okay.
You know they went to school together.
I didn't know if they were like in a text thread or something.
Do you know how many Asians there are in the world?
Mm-mm.
I would have probably thought the same thing though. Maybe he knows.
It's so funny, man. Speaking of that, my drummer is.
Speaking of that,
my drummer is Asian, but he's from Australia.
Huh?
So he has an Australian accent.
Yeah. So when he's like, I'll introduce him. I was like, "Hey, this is my drummer from Brisbane, Australia," and then it never fails. Hey, my so and so's from Brisbane. It's like hoping that they might know each other. You know.
You know what? I can't. Here's a hot take. Well, not really a hot take, but probably I can't listen to Keith Urban. I don't like Keith Urban.
You get bothered by it?
I do, because he doesn't sing like he talks. It bothers me.
That's most of those guys.
And I don't understand why. Like, where's the accent go? Well, which one you faking? You faking the talking accent or the singing accent? Where's the accent go, Craig? Because when you sing, I know that's your voice, right?
Yeah.
He sings, I'm like, where'd you go?
Whose voice is that?
Yeah.
Well, I think sometimes these guys they grow up listening to American music, so they just imitate it.
I grew up listening to rap, and I don't say the N-word.
You can.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
You do anything once.
I mean, if I'm singing a song in the car, by myself,
my boy Josh has figured out a way to say it.
What?
Have y'all you follow Josh on
Josh?
I can't pronounce his last name, but he every week he identifies as something else.
Oh Lord.
And this most recently he's native. The acronym is NEGGA, and he says it.
Really?
Oh yeah, and but
how's he not been canceled yet?
It's part of his stick.
It's part of his skit. Like it's just comedy.
But he spells it out with the E, so
that's funny.
It's a trip. Anyways,
so y'all got a coffee thing going on.
Yeah, it started out as a coffee shop. And, man, it turned into a full blown restaurant quick. So it's a restaurant, and we're about to open our second location, and then we got a third one going down in Florida.
Have you ever thought about doing rap music?
Me?
Yeah. Well, hear me out, because I just had this idea with you at the coffee shop, you could do like a play on the candy shop by 50 Cent. You'd be like, "Let me take you to the coffee shop."
I don't know if it would hit as hard.
I think it would.
I don't know.
You get a cowboy in there, say, "Let me take you to the coffee shop."
And then what after that?
Wait until the beans drop. We could do something with it. We'll write that. If I write you a good jingle, will you rap it?
Yes.
Okay, deal.
Yes. I'd first of all, I'd like to plug it into AI and see what they came up with.
Oh, AI is just ruining everything. I'm not going to use that.
But
yeah.
it's a good for like a reference.
Yeah.
Because I would need a little direction.
It'll get the juices flowing.
I would need.
Have you ever
direction.
heard "Candy Shop" by 50 Cent?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it on purpose.
It's not a Christian song at all.
No.
I think you should just stick with covering Warren Zeter's music and just not worry about doing any rap.
He's got one called "Ride the Lightning."
Is that about like getting electrocuted?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not about real lightning.
Can I tell you about the first and last time I ever used a shock collar on my dog? He was young. He rode the lightning. Let me tell you how this happened. Right. So I'm not going to be mean to a dog, but he needed a little discipline, right?
Training.
So I was like, he wouldn't listen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a shock collar, like a high-end shock collar, nice shock collar, right? And I was like, the dog would not. Like, he just wouldn't listen, right? He listens now. But I put the shock collar on him. I get it all charged up and everything, and I did exactly what everybody says to do, give him a command, vibrate him, and then shock him if he don't listen, Well, I get in there and I'm trying to tell him what to do, and he ain't listening. Hey, just stop, and nothing. I vibrate him, nothing, then hit the button, nothing happens. He don't care. He just keeps doing what he's doing, right? And, keep going. It's not working. I'm like, this thing's defective, right? So then I keep turning the intensity up, like, maybe it's the fur. Maybe you don't have good contacts. I go check contacts on them and everything. The whole time I was hitting the beep button, which was turned all the way down that you couldn't hear. It was like a dog whistle beep, right? So I was hitting the beep button and then the vibrate button. So he's getting vibrate. I was like, I was hitting the wrong button. And then I hit the shock button after I had turned the thing all the way to 11. Hey, brother rode the lightning that day. I took it off, didn't put it back on. It was bad.
You want me to tell you the last time
he was shaking and shitting underneath the table.
I'll tell you the last time I put a shock collar on my wife.
We don't need to know what kind of kinks y'all
Let's
have.
go. Let's hear this.
Have you ever put a shock collar on?
No, but I have a similar story about we put the invisible fence around our house.
Yes.
And Annabelle, she was busting through every time, and I said, "Good Lord." And I called the company. I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "Well, you might need to turn it up." So turned it up. She kept breaking through, and then finally I said, "She won't do it again." And I did, and she didn't leave the porch for a year after that, buddy. Like,
they paused in the grass.
No, she's like, I was like, here. She's like,
nope, I'm good. Nope. Learn my lesson.
Yeah, we can fetch right here on this porch. That's it.
I'm what they call an inside dog now.
And you feel horrible about
I
it.
did. I felt because I was outside and I heard, she ran back to the house. And
what, did you have the thing turned up on rhino setting?
It was pretty the same. I felt the same though because she was pretty furry and thick. You know, and I said maybe she just ain't connecting.
Right.
She connected.
Yeah, it was connected. Yep.
She connected.
Yeah. You ever? I mean that right there is like a rite of passage. Growing up in the country, I grew up kind of on a farm. Right. We had horses. My granddad had cows and everything. And
you pissed on it?
I never pissed on it, but what I always found to be funny was to, walk over and touch the fence with it turned down real low, showing somebody how badass I was, and then have them go over and touching it and having somebody else over by the thing turn the thing all the way up to, lightning mode and just eating them up. And it, dude, when you touch that thing, it'll wake you up.
Yeah.
It'll piss you off.
And you'll piss on yourself too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never pissed on one either, but I have accident, and I don't know, maybe I never did it on purpose either, but I was like, ooh, it's not on. And then it was on
Well,
because
it's like
it pulses.
those yellow handles that, latching thing. If you don't grab it completely on that yellow handle, if it just a little bit of it touches you, boy.
My cousin, he had a farm he lived on, and he had we go out there riding dirt bikes and everything else, and he wiped out and ended up in the fence with that electric fence.
You can't get off of it quick enough, boy.
I know.
He's
Get all tangled up.
Well, he's all tangled up in that sucker, and it's just wearing his ass out. We're running back to the other end to turn that thing off. And he's all tangled up in his dirt bike. The dirt bike's burning him and everything else. He was pretty messed up. He didn't go to the doctor for that one. Yeah. It was wasn't good.
Yeah,
So how's the coffee shop going? I mean, that's where we.
It's good. It's like I said, we've been open 3 years, and it turned into something we didn't expect. It's a music venue. It's a bar. It's a honky tonk. It's a coffee shop. It's a
You ever
restaurant.
get Warren Ziders to come play it?
He's
That's the last Warren Ziders joke I'm going to make, Greg.
I would, but it's an unwritten rule. You can't take your shirt off at Grindstone, so
gotta keep it on.
He's probably out.
Shirts and shoes. Yeah.
Because he likes to take his shirt off. I don't know if y'all.
Do you play at that venue?
I play once a month.
Once a month.
Actually,
really?
playing this Monday.
Where's it at?
It's south of here, a little town called Eagleville.
Eagleville.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna try to put one up here in Nashville? Is that the goal?
We're actually, my wife don't like me talking about it because she already is overwhelmed with the idea of these 3 locations.
Yeah.
But Creative Vets has bought a church off of White Bridge, and in the bottom floor of this place, which is now going to be kind of a venue, is where the fellowship hall, where the kitchen was, and he's like, he came to me and he's like, would you want to do Grindstone Cowboy down here? And I'm like, it's actually a pretty good idea, so we're going to talk a little more about that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
because you think about it, I mean, there's bars and restaurants and everything else, but there's no like country singer coffee shop.
No,
from what I understand.
Yeah, and I purposely didn't put my name on it because I'd like the legacy of one day maybe turn this thing into something pretty big and either my girls can take over or sell it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all about everything's for sale.
Yeah,
I like the name though, Grindstone Cowboy.
Yeah,
like a grindstone cowboy.
Had the name first.
Yeah.
And thought it'd be a great name for a coffee shop, so I trademarked it. And then fast forward, COVID, and I was like, my shows were taken away from me without me having anything to say about it, and I said I need a contingency plan. So we built this place, and what's crazy is, and I can talk about this because I don't care. Grindstone Cowboy is the only song nobody can sing it at the place.
Why?
Because the guy that wrote it reached out to me in the beginning, and I still have the emails. And I thought he was wanting to get together, maybe change a couple of words and write a cool jingle,
Mm-hmm.
No, he was not happy.
He wanted some money.
Well, he was just telling me that he said, I don't deal with scavengers like you.
Scavengers?
And I'm like, what?
Who's the songwriter?
His name's Larry Weiss.
Is he a pretty successful songwriter?
I think he's had some cuts, but I think that was his one and only like hit.
Yeah.
But I could read the emails because when I reached out and he said pretty clever on the name, I said actually I think you're right. I'm pretty proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and then he said something nasty. He's super nasty on the email. So yeah, I just. That's the only song that can't be played. And anytime it comes over the PA system, I go over and then hit the thumbs down button so they know that we don't like it.
He could have probably got a little bit further with you by being a little bit nicer.
That's what
He's
I thought.
more mad because he didn't think of trademarking Grindstone Cowboy than you using it.
Right.
That's usually where that
and my final email to him was like, because I could tell he was upset, and I said, well, you know what, man? The good thing is I don't have to care how you feel about it, because maybe it sounds similar, but it's completely different.
Yeah,
it's a completely different word.
Yeah.
So,
and you talk about this. I mean, future generations. We know Grindstone Cowboy.
Yeah.
But we're 1 or 2 generations away from that song probably not being recognized by
Correct.
most people.
Correct.
So it's not that big of a deal.
Which could have been good for him, because
it
if we would have rewritten the jingle, it would have been still his song.
Yeah.
And it could have lived a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But no,
People don't think about things like that
no.
at all. It's wild to me. Like when I'll it's only happened 1 or 2 times, but like when I'll react to a video or whatever, somebody getting their feels about it or whatever, and I wouldn't be nasty or anything, but I'm like, I'll take it down. That's fine with me. That video was not going to make or break me, although it was going to drive people to your page to watch your video more.
Yeah.
You can capitalize off of it, make some more videos, and you got more eyes on your stuff. You get more followers,
Yeah.
But sure, I'll take it down. Don't bother me at all.
Whatever you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you heard about our Fly Stay Ride program?
Yeah, if you want to pick up a bike, new or used, they'll fly you out, put you in a hotel, and you just ride it home.
Well, now you have. What am I doing?
I don't understand.
Well, the coffee business, I mean, we have 3 coffee shops, and man, it could be a fun business. It's a lot of work. So I understand what your wife is, her concerns and her
Man, you know what, the business, we've been blessed, absolutely blessed. I mean, our place is like on Saturdays, we can't serve one more plate. Like, it's crazy.
That is awesome.
What kind of food you serving?
Breakfast and lunch. So sandwiches, soups, salads.
So no dinner, no.
However, the Shelbyville location will serve. We're going to do a couple of dinner items. It'll still be the same menu, but like there'll be some items that are only available after 4 o'clock.
It's smart to get into coffee because coffee is the second most consumed beverage in the world.
Yeah. No, that was
right behind water. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's the number 1 traded commodity in the world.
And it's the fastest growing. Because when I was doing my research, it grows at 3.5%, maybe 4% a year.
Yeah.
Like,
really.
And if you're in the premium coffee business, are you selling bags of coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't sell much retail, but
you can sell 12-ounce bags of coffee, $15 to $20 if it's.
I'm selling at $16 a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then I have 5-pound bags I sell for $90 a bag.
Is it Colombian? Because I spent some time down in, the reason why I ask is because I spent some time down in Ecuador, right? And I didn't realize how big, like, coffee and roses are like their number 1, like, agricultural thing.
Yeah.
And the Ecuadorian coffee, man, whenever I go down there, I will bring tons of coffee back with me. I love it.
We white label from another company here in Nashville.
Really?
Yeah. And but you know what I've heard about? Maybe apparently there's a bean that you can get that monkeys eat and then they shit it out.
And cats, they got it with cats as well.
But they say it's high end.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What is that called?
I can't remember, but it's they do it in. Is it in Ecuador? I think that's where they do
Ecuador or Guatemala?
Yeah, somewhere in it's Central America, of course, but. And coffee. There's only one place in America that you can actually get American-made coffee. Or
was it Hawaii? Right?
Yeah, Kona.
Yeah.
That's
right. Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think I put you in touch with my buddy that's got that coffee farm. Yeah,
right.
He's a very eccentric guy, but he's
Did you say Kona?
Yeah, Kona.
Like Kona ice?
Yeah, Kona ice, Kona coffee.
I think that ice don't come from Hawaii.
I don't think it does either. I think the coffee beans.
I'm calling bullshit.
But they're doing.
Y'all imported this ice all the way from Hawaii.
I don't believe it.
It's
they're doing coffee in like an aquaponics type of thing now. So you can essentially set up an aquaponics center anywhere you want in America and grow coffee beans.
What
now.
in the hell are you talking about?
I mean,
what is aquaponics?
You definitely gonna have to learn me on this.
So aquaponics is you can build yourself a building. It's essentially like a greenhouse, right? And you have fish in there with water, okay? So the fish poop.
That's
it's
normally where
fertilizing.
fish live.
Yes. So it's Jesus. So it's fertilizing. The fish poop is fertilizing the plants, the water, of course, is hydrating the plants, and it's all growing in an ecosystem. So you can grow anything you want. You could grow tobacco you could take an Ecuadorian seed, bring it back here, or a Dominican seed, and grow Dominican tobacco if you wanted to, right here in Nashville in an aquaponics center. Yeah,
That sounds like a band name. Aquaponics.
a lot of
would love to hear,
metropolitan
like,
cities are using it.
A Christmas album from the Aquaponics.
Aquaponics.
You know, the kid that grew up in a single wide trailer. How am I the only one that knows what an aquaponics center is?
Because we're all stupid.
Yeah.
You know, we're all dumb.
I lived in a single wide for a little while.
Your door swung outwards.
It did.
That's the
In
difference
case of
between
a fire.
Did you know that that's the
Kick that thing
difference
up.
between a single wide and a double wide? He learned me on this that a single wide, the door swings out. A double wide, the door swings in because you got more room on the inside where the door can actually swing inside.
Yeah, that's news. I was today years old when I found out.
That's
Well, now you know.
yeah.
Now,
Now you
Listen.
know. Listen.
that's it.
Oh, Craig, where'd you grow up? You're
South
a Georgia boy,
Georgia,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Bulldog
town
fan?
called Lion. Oh yeah,
Lions.
I know, but Lyons, Georgia,
Lions, Georgia.
Y'all got a good high school program there, don't you?
Toombs County. I've said this for many years. We have Lyons, Toombs County High, and then the same in the county with us is Vidalia.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to ever combine them
Shout
two,
out to Kershaw.
man, we would
Title town down there.
we would be something else.
You know what's
Not
crazy?
Lowndes County. I think you're talking about Lowndes County. Lowndes County's got some stud football program down there.
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
where
Is that where Valdosta's at?
That's
Valdosta's.
that's Red Akins, and
Yeah.
all them boys, and Jesse Tucker, all them. Yeah, they got a mean football program down
When you
there.
talk about college football recruiting, it is wild how many like ESPN top 100s come out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a good bit out of Texas because of the size. I mean, there's just a ton of, and high school football is king in Texas.
Yeah, and they recruit
Right. But
high school.
Georgia, bro, there is a ton of
Yeah.
talent that comes out of
Yeah.
Georgia.
It's a big deal. I mean, football Friday. I mean, Friday Night Lights. It's
Is it as big in Georgia? I've never really followed.
I
the
would
high
say
school
down in that area it is.
is,
Like in
yeah.
ours, you go to Texas, some of them high schools, they got stadiums as big as college.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
That's that oil money, you know.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've never been to a high school stadium that big in Georgia, but I know down in that area is bigger stadiums than what we have.
I took a coworker. We were going up to I think Bristol or something like that for the race, and I said, "Man, we went through Spartanburg, which is where I'm from," and I was like, "Let me take you over here to Norman High School," and they got suites.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah. And he goes, he's from Pennsylvania. He's from Pittsburgh, which high school football in that area is the same thing,
Yeah.
right? And he goes, I have never been to a high school that has suites in it. And
Good
I go,
Lord.
oh yeah, but I mean, that upstate South Carolina in those early 2000s.
That's not really a flex. Like I've got a sweet ticket
To a high school game.
to a high school game.
Now,
When you're in a town of
I'm not-
2,000 people, it's a big deal.
we're the opposite. We got everybody sitting on concrete, damn it,
Yeah.
at my high school stadium
Yeah.
Called-
Now, the high school I grew up
called the
at.
Pit,
Yeah, exactly. Exact same thing.
because it was they had dug a hole so you could be street level looking down, which was kind of cool.
That's what we had too. Our high school, because I went to high schools where it was like the bleachers, and everything was level.
Were built
Ours was
into a-
down in a, almost like in a little
Yeah.
gully or whatever. It was a big
called
horseshoe.
the Pit, and it was
Ours was called the Cradle.
Good Times.
Yeah.
Did you play football?
Oh no,
No. Baseball?
none of that.
You didn't play any sports?
Mm-mm.
You was a band nerd?
No, I was just I lived too far from town. Both my parents worked full-time jobs, so getting me back and forth to practice was an issue, and so I started a bunch of sports. I would always do like the signing up and the first week or two, because I'd have a buddy that would say, "Oh, I'll take you home," and then their parents would be like, "We're not doing this anymore," kind of thing.
Right.
And which worked out because it. When I growing up, all I had was the outdoors and a piano.
Really?
So-
that's how you found your love of music on piano?
Yeah.
From church?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What religion did you grow up?
Baptist.
Baptist? I'm Church of Christ, so we differ there, you know.
But yeah, that's So you had no, they had no instruments.
Yeah. No, we didn't. It's all a cappella.
Yeah.
That's probably why I can't sing for shit.
Probably why you. I was actually going to say that's probably why you.
Dude, I ain't got no rhythm. I ain't got no.
None?
I can't hear music. You know what I'm saying?
That's the great thing about church is you just got to turn that music up just a little bit. You can drown out
Well,
old Miss
Hey,
Betsy.
no, I've heard some. I've stood beside some old ladies that had no idea they couldn't sing.
It's all.
Oh, I
I know. Oh, we had some of those. Yeah, Church of Christ, boy, you can't hide that. Hey, and it's the ones that can sing are always the women that are wearing the high feather hats. You know what I'm saying? Like that looks like it's just a layer of feathers on top of their head. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but there's some
Called the Tower of Power in the Pentecostal church.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
the higher the
hair,
hat.
closer to
Yep,
God.
yep.
So we went to this one church. We went to a Baptist church in Savannah, and me and my wife both. The preaching was so good, and that preacher was amazing. But you just had to suffer through that singing. Like it was. I even told her. I said, I ain't never been to a church that says. Like I grew up in a cinder block church with wood pews, and we had better singing. Yeah. And I was like, this church right here is really
I've been
nice.
to those. I've been to a couple of churches where I specifically will delay getting to church
Because of the singing.
because I don't want to. I can't deal with that music.
Now,
when you
once-
go to
I'm
church,
distracted by bad music, and I feel like that actually takes away from my experience at church. So I'm if I know the music's gonna be bad, I'm like, because I'm listening to the drummer and I'm listening to it's like.
So does that make it hard for you? Like if you go to church and you want to go and you want to worship, but as a professional
Yeah, it's
artist, you're like,
it's really bad. My wife, she's like, "Why don't you just tune it out?" I was like, "I can't. Like it's it's where my ears go. I can't stop it."
yeah.
So
do you get asked to sing a lot at church?
actually, no.
Really?
Yeah.
He gave him that appearance fee one time. And they said, we ain't nobody tithing that much.
Yeah. What's your average love offering?
Right.
I'm out.
That doesn't cover an acoustic set. Tell you what, once y'all come by the coffee shop, I'll run a hymn through my set.
Now,
Yeah.
I tell you what. Now, I may not have called you back in a year and a half. Now, I've sat here and thought about this. I may not have called you back in a year and a half, but every time somebody talks to me about my General Lee, they always say, man, you need to get the rest of the cars. You got to go get Boss Hog Cadillac. I'm like, no. Craig Campbell's got the
I
Boss
got
Hog
the Boss
Cadillac,
Hog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
real quick, I have a car cruise in
Okay.
once a month at Grindstone Cowboy.
Okay.
It's the first Sunday after the first Monday, or after the wait.
This is the most confusing cruise in I've ever.
Anyways, it's actually this coming Sunday.
It's the third Sunday
So is
after
it
the fourth
second
Monday.
Sunday? It's the first Sunday after the first Monday. That'd be the second.
It's the first Sunday before the first Monday. Let's do that.
I'm confused as hell. So it could be the end of the month.
Yes.
It's the Sunday before the first Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
If,
I'm tracking
if
now.
the first Monday is on the first, then it's the last day of the
Okay.
previous.
Have
yeah.
you ever considered just doing like the second Sunday of the month or something like that, just to make it like easy?
No,
for
because
everybody?
I'm lazy. So when sometimes I'll sing at because it's Cars and Coffee in Christ. It's a car cruise in, but it's also some gospel music and a quick message.
It's the opposite of Raise Hell, Praise Dale.
Yeah.
Basically.
So when I play, I set my piano up, and so I don't want to have to do it twice. So I play the first Monday.
Oh, there.
So it has to
you
be the
go.
first Sunday before the first Monday, so I can just leave it set up.
Okay, that's
like
a smart move.
Strategic.
Yeah.
How did we get so many flies in here?
There's a bunch.
I mean, they are swarming. I
Are
mean, it
they
kind of
attracted?
matches the theme. It matches the theme here.
So I would love for you to bring your car one time.
I'll come.
We'll plan ahead and just we'll get all of them. We'll get your car, my car. We'll get the Jeep. We'll get the cop car.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
We'll bring Roscoe's patrol car too.
Yeah. You have it?
Yeah. Well, Trey does. The guy that we just called prior to these flies are just they're really bothering me, and I've struggled with the ADHD,
You know what you need to get, and I'll hook you up with them. They're awesome.
The
Salt
fly
gun?
strips
The
from
little
Dollar
salt
General.
gun.
I've
No.
got one of the salt guns at the house, and they are phenomenal.
I got one they sent me with the CO2 in the handle.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
thing's bad to the
yeah.
bone, dude. I mean, I get it from here. Pow. I love it. And wouldn't that
Rednecks.
be fun to do like during the show?
Rednecks are just
Are you kidding
It
me?
ain't hard to please us, is it?
I mean, anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about. These flies, man.
The,
He's talking about the
the-
General League.
The cruise in on the
Cruise
7th
in.
Sunday.
yeah,
of
the
the month.
General League. Well, yeah, because we was talking about before we got on here. You was talking about the Boss Hog Cadillac, you know, and it's got the Dixie horn on it
Yeah.
too, which is cool as hell. But you're wanting it freshened up. and
Yeah.
I just put you in contact with my guy down in Fort
Let's
Walton
do it.
Beach. He does phenomenal work. Great guy. You know, bring it, throw it on a trailer, bring it down, stay at the house for a couple days.
Yeah,
You know, whatever. We live down at the beach, man.
We'd do
you
it.
know?
Do it in the wintertime because I never drive it in the winter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't drive it in the summer.
That's when I like to drive these cars. Is like, I live down in Florida too, so it don't get near
Yeah, I
as
was gonna
cold
say
down
winter.
there.
Yeah, the Cadillac's tough. It's like riding a Harley in the heat. Cause you get stopped at a red light, and man, you just sitting there baking
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
I leave the top down. But
You ride?
I do have an endorsement on my driver's license. I had a bike a few years ago. I just sold it and just never bought another one.
Yeah, we need to go ride sometime, man.
I'm in. I
Anytime
love it.
Anytime you want to come down there to Fort Walton Beach, I'm sure Gus, you know, the owner of Emerald Coast, he'd.
How close is Fort Walton to Pensacola?
Oh, we're right in between Pensacola and Panama City, so we're only like an hour away from Pensacola.
So I got 2 shows. I'm doing the Pensacola Songwriters Festival,
when?
October 5th and 12th. So it's 2 Sundays in a row.
Yeah. Okay. We'll
So,
come out.
yeah,
if
come
you'll
on,
have
we'll
us.
pick
yeah.
one.
Yeah, I don't even mind buying a ticket, you know. But we'll come out.
Okay.
Where's it at?
I don't know. I
How
just
do you-
know.
You know the dates.
Yeah.
Me, I know where I'm going. I just don't know the dates.
Yeah. You're the
So we're right
opposite.
the opposite.
I'm the opposite.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
you
was-
do the cruise in with the cars. How many people do y'all have show up? Because we do kind of a coffee cars every month as
So
well.
we've only done it 3 times, and we're averaging about 30, 40 cars.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's
We
fun,
do it on
too.
Sundays in Eagleville because Eagleville's the typical town of nothing, like it's a ghost town.
Yeah.
So the streets there's no businesses open, so we park on the street.
Craig, we did one with supercars one time. I didn't know that it was going to be a big thing. They said, hey, we're coming through on a Sunday. We're doing a rally where we're going from Miami to Chicago. We want to stop off in Savannah, and we're hitting a bunch of different places. Like, okay. I was like, how many cars you have? They're like, oh, it's about 30. I was like, oh, okay, perfect. Put you out in the front parking lot. These guys pushed it out. I didn't know who they were. We had over 2,000 people show up
Wow.
on a
Lord.
Sunday. I had a porta potty.
Hey,
A
dude,
porta potty.
Kenneth Copeland and Joel Osteen would have been rubbing their hands at
Oh, yeah.
2,000 people on
Bro.
the Sunday, boy.
It was a
And the
madhouse.
supercars.
It was a madhouse.
Wow.
We had the cops called on us 4 times. They were out there doing donuts in the
Oh,
street, drag racing, Lambos and everything else. It was wild. And then we had a bunch of muscle cars show up and stuff too. But it was insane.
Got him.
You get him?
Got him.
Good.
One down.
Oh,
Nope, there's another one. Hold up.
I'm telling you, if you
We're
have
good,
my
we're
fam,
good. I feel like we're back in the trailer right now. You know, we're
Yeah,
just
this
swatting
fits
flies.
this fits the
It does.
setting.
Yeah.
When did you get your Boss Hog car?
I've had it for a little over 2 years. I bought it. I found it. I wanted one, and I was going to put the bullhorns on it myself, but I found this one in Ohio.
Okay.
And I found it, and he had it at a decent price. And I called him, and I said, dude, I know how Facebook works. I'm going to have to drive 7 hours to come to get this car. I said, I want you to shoot me as absolutely straight as possible about this car. I said, because I don't want to drive up there. And then
Was you on a burner account? Did he know who he was talking to?
I was on my wife's Facebook page.
Okay.
But I ended up, says, hey, I said, can I, if let's say I fly up there, can I drive it home? He said, man, it's 50 years old. He's like, no.
Yeah.
He said, but it's in really good shape
Mm-hmm.
to be 50 years old. So I took his word, and we drove up, and it was exactly how he had
Mm-hmm.
described it. And so we loaded it up, and I basically told him I got some work that needs to be done to it, so he knocked a couple of $1,000 off of it and brought it home.
Man.
Lynchburg, Ohio.
Oh. Yeah, Lynchburg, Ohio.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the most white trash thing you own?
Yeah. I was thinking about, well, because I drove my square body today.
You do have a
It's
square
not,
body.
it is not, but it is not white trash.
It's not white
It
trash.
is definitely
What year's your square body?
87.
87.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What color?
gray.
Gray. Yeah.
I drove it because my wife, her car, I had to put it in the shop, so she drove my truck, my daily driver, and so.
You always been a car guy?
No, and these are the only two I'll probably ever like own,
Really?
just because I feel like I'm the type that if you own a classic, you should drive it. I'm not here to buy them for investments, and although that's a good idea too, but you can only drive so many. So
You're starting to sound like my wife.
Yeah.
that's how
She's
I feel
like,
about it.
You can only
know?
drive so many.
I would, and plus I don't have any room to put another one. I will say this: if I could buy one more vehicle, I would. I would love to own a 1991 Cyclone GMC.
Yes,
Cyclone.
I've been looking at those.
I found one in Atlanta that said the engine doesn't work, but everything else is great, and it's got like 26,000 miles on it, and
What was the other one? You had the Cyclone and the
Typhoon.
Typhoon,
The
yeah.
Typhoon.
So because I had a 91 Sonoma that was my first truck.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a connection with that, and I feel like I'll own one day, but
Yeah.
not.
What are they
The
running
first
for?
nice car. They're expensive.
Yeah.
To get a good one, you're looking at 45 grand, like
Yeah.
a good one.
They're starting to become unicorns.
Yeah,
Like,
because
if
they
you
only
see
made
one-
3,000 of them.
It's like a Grand National then.
Yeah, if you see one out in the wild, like it's rare.
Wasn't that the vehicle that beat the Grand National? Like it came out and it was
It was
like,
the fastest production vehicle for a while. Like it was all-wheel drive, turbocharged. It was
it's
quick.
a cool truck.
Yeah.
The first like nice vehicle I ever bought was a 1989 S10, similar to what
Sonoma,
see,
yeah.
Yeah, I had an S10 that had the digital dash in it. You
Okay.
know, you remember those old green digital dashes?
Yeah.
And I
Was it
loved
four-wheel
that truck.
drive?
No, it had the 4.3 in it, automatic.
Yeah, that
2-wheel
4.3.
drive. I lowered it, you
Me
know,
too.
and yeah, I love that. I've always loved mini trucks, love them. I've been looking at old S10s, which that drag truck I just built, that 87.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I've got a mini truck again, but it's not. It's street legal, but it ain't.
It's cool to have one that you can drive around. You
Yeah,
know what I
okay.
mean? Like, especially if it's nostalgic, if it's something that you owned as a kid or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like your first vehicle. It's
So
kinda-
to answer your question, I've always a buddy of mine had an 87 Chevy in high school, and I'm like, I'm gonna have me one day. And I looked for this one because I was very specific on the details of it.
Yeah.
And I came super close to buying one 2 or 3 times, but it always, one of the boxes didn't get checked, and so I would ultimately talk myself out of it. And then I found this one, and he wanted more than I wanted to spend. I sent it to my buddy, the link, and he said, "Dude, if you don't buy it, I'm buying it." I said, "Okay, that's all I needed to know." So it was in Kentucky. Went and bought it, and it was done. The only thing since then I put a new engine in it.
What size?
Justin, I just read a statistic the other day that the sun is very bright.
Oh, it's bright.
What can I do to potentially keep the sun out of my eyes?
Well, you can start off by not looking at it directly. I
not
hear
pretty.
that's not a good thing to do, right? People go blind all the time during solar eclipses because they're dumb and look at the sun. But you can also pick yourself up some Redfin polarized glasses.
Ooh, where can I find
You can
those?
find them at redfinpolarized.com
Ooh.
or in the link right here in the description of the video. We've got all kind of frames. If you've got a silly shaped head or a normal shaped head, we've got glasses that'll fit you.
So you've got some for me then.
Yeah, I think you'd probably, the Amelias would probably fit your face pretty good, or the Nunley edition. The Nunley edition are my favorite.
Well, the last thing I want
Throw
is
me
you
my
on my
glasses.
face.
See, if I'd have been wearing these, lights wouldn't have affected me at all. Redfin polarized.
I did a 383
Yeah,
Stroker.
383. Yeah.
That's a good.
Blueprint. I bought it.
Oh, Stroker.
Bought it from Blueprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So that's, and the Cadillac I bought specifically for Grindstone as advertisement. So we put the magnets on the doors and ride around town. And
Do you take it up there for the car, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
coffee and cars
yeah,
and stuff?
yeah,
Yeah, we're big. We're big car guys. We've talked about what's that dream car that we want and stuff. And I'm a big Buick guy, so
Grand National stuff.
Well, I've got a 72 Grand Sport. That was my
Okay.
first ever car. Mom and Daddy bought it for me when I was 16. We sold it when I was 21 because I didn't have any money as E2 in the Army. And then when I turned 35, my wife bought it back for me for my birthday.
Nice.
And same car.
Nice.
So it's about 80% restored. I'm taking it to that same guy, Trey.
Trey at Emerald Coast
Yeah.
Classics, because I didn't shout out his business earlier. He ain't paying me, but Trey's good people.
He's good.
What's
And-
the name of the business?
Emerald Coast Classics.
Emerald Coast
yeah, it's in
Classics,
Fort Walton
okay.
Beach, and he's retired Army Ranger too. So I mean, it just
But
Well,
that
maybe
dream
if we
car's an
can
87 Grand
get linked up with Trey, I'll trailer that thing down when I come to do that Songwriters Festival.
oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to hang out when you come down. Are you going to stay the whole week? Or
I'm
you...
definitely going. One of those weekends, I probably won't stay the whole week because our second location in Grindstone will be open by then, and my wife would not be happy if I
Yeah.
left her for 7-8 days.
You know, you're not the only country artist getting into the coffee game right now, which is two different ends of the spectrum. Do you know Alexandria Kay?
Yeah, I heard she just opened
Yeah, but it's
place.
it's like the coffee girl, you know, I think is what it's called, but it's like all pink and like looks like 1970s, 1980s, you know, pink, like the KitchenAid stuff type thing. And have you met Alexandria?
Yeah, we've done a few.
Such a great person.
she
She is a sweetheart. Love her to death. And I think it's cool. that
Yeah,
both of you-
who was I talking to the other day? I was doing a show, something I don't know, and I did an interview, and they were like, basically, another country singer. She's from here, for like wherever I was going. She's from there, and had her grand opening that week or something like that.
Mhm.
And, that's awesome because, I love all of her videos of her making drinks and coffee drinks and singing at the same time.
Was it not crazy how like she came up with social media, like just pouring drinks in her her kitchen and just doing videos.
It's a trip.
And then now she's on tour with Jelly Roll, opening up for
was
Brad
that with
Paisley and
McGraw
everything.
not long ago,
which is way different from the way you came up in music.
Way different.
Like you had to you had to go grind it out in the bars and stuff, didn't you?
I did. I played bars all over the United States for 2 or 3 years before I moved to Nashville, and even when I got to Nashville, I did the Lower Broadway thing, and so yeah, when I signed the deal, the program was to sign a record deal, work a song to radio, get it as high as you can get it on the chart, and then drop an album and repeat the process, and but that is not the name of the game these days. And I'm not, I've always, ever since I've signed my first deal, I've always been playing catch up, because right about that time is when single downloads was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So the album, dropping an album wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were focusing on getting downloads, and then 5 years later, streaming. You got to pivot.
Which the streaming game kind of killed y'all in the money game.
Yeah,
with
if you didn't own that master, dude, you didn't make any money, except still, even as a songwriter, you really only made money if your song made it to the radio. And so,
and the record companies control that.
And with their connections with all the streaming platforms, I mean, they're double dipping on everything, and here us artists and songwriters are getting hosed. It's like, so now that's why it's super important to me to remain independent, so I can own everything.
Just about all the, I mean, I've got a few friends in country music that are signed to a label, but for the majority, everybody's independent, and they're like, I'm not signing with nobody. Like it
feels like that's where everybody's going, is to the
and
independent
it's crazy
side
too. Like I talk, and I'm not going to say any names, but I got several buddies that are signed to major deals, and they're like, man, I wish I could get out of this thing.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's because they tell you what you can and can't do, and they're taking all your money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might be blessed to have some hits at radio that you can go out and tour on for in perpetuity, but all the money that your music makes, they get all that.
Does touring pay what it used to pay too?
You country music is always years behind everybody else. So country music touring, I feel like has a lot to do with country radio success, award shows.
This may be a hot take, but I think radio's kind of dead.
It's
all legacy media, I think, is.
It's coming. It's definitely headed that way. Like,
who's listening to the radio? You get in your car, you throw it on Bluetooth, and you start listening to either a streaming service or you listen to your music that you podcast or music you have downloaded.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm with you, dude. I don't know who's listening, but for some reason, it's still a lot of these shows that you do are sponsored by radio stations, and they, you know, if you're coming to town, if you're on the radio, they'll play your songs, and people will show up, and it's.
I remember the days of like, you'd come to Savannah and all of a sudden you'd hear, "Hey, I'm Craig Campbell. This is Kicks 96," you know, and like that was
Kicks 96 and a half.
Stuff like that. Like that's what you would hear, right? Yeah. And I don't even know if Kicks 96 is even a thing anymore in Savannah. You know what I mean? Like
it is in Muscle Shoals.
Because I
Kicks
had
96. Well, does everybody have a Kicks?
Everybody's
96?
got a Kicks 96.
If there's a 96, it's going to be a Kicks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something.
Especially for country music, right? But
or Kicks 106. You know, it's there's a 6 in it. But yeah, that's the station I listened to growing up.
Yeah.
Kicks 96, and then Baxley.
Yeah.
Baxley had a pretty good hot station. And then we had a couple of local country stations.
But that's where it's like I don't even know if Kicks 96 is even a thing because I don't even turn the radio on.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, and if you got a newer car, which you don't, we've already discussed that, right? The newest car he owns is a 1998. He won't buy a new one. He likes old.
You know
stuff.
what? For the last 2 days, Carissa, our manager, has been dealing with her little key fob battery. Don't know if her battery's going to die on her car. It won't crank up and everything else. You know what I don't have to deal with? Just like you don't have to deal with on that square body. Ain't a lick of electronics.
Hey, look, that's actually how I sold the idea to my wife. I said, you know, when shit hits the fan.
Yeah, we get hit with an EMP by China.
And they shut that because me and my wife, we own 2 Teslas, and I was like, when they shut them Teslas down, we got that Cadillac.
Yep.
And we got that square body.
I got an 89 Ford and a 98 Land Rover.
Well, let's go.
And they're gonna crank up.
Because I mean, I got a 2019 F-250 that I think they could probably control that one too.
I've heard a rumor. I don't know if this is true.
Because I can remote start it from my app.
This is alleged. I've heard a rumor that if you with certain vehicles, and I'm pretty sure all of them have the feature, all like new vehicles. But if you get behind on your payments, they'll shut that vehicle down.
Oh,
remotely.
I could see that happening real easy.
Well, I know
it's like repoing. It's like essentially
GM,
like a repo.
Like GM for the longest time, you know, when they came out with OnStar, that was mainly for theft detection, and if they were in a high speed chase, they could call OnStar and shut you down.
Shut it down.
Yeah, I don't like that type of control.
Me either.
So it's
Tesla's. I mean, it's all electric, so they can tell that car to come go wherever they want it to go.
Yeah,
if they with you in it.
There's down in Dallas, ain't it Dallas where they're manufacturing them at? There's like
Austin.
a big plant. Yeah, Austin. In Austin now, you can order build the car on the app, and it will drive itself from the factory to your house if you live there inside that little radius. Like you never have to deal with a person. It will drive itself to your driveway.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
will tell you the one thing. I get ridiculed about my Tesla. I love zipping around town. I love the app. I love the maintenance. Like if I do need work done to it, they come to my house and do it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I schedule it. And they just say make sure it's there between 8 and 12. And because most everything can be fixed with a damn pair of channel. You like it's
Do
it's a battery.
You watch them work on it? Because that's what I would want to sit there and watch them do.
It's
stuff
all
to it.
programmed. It's all computer programs.
So they just hook a computer up to it.
Mostly.
Why can't they do it over the air?
Sometimes it's like they'll maintenance, for instance, air cleaners, air filters. They have to come swap all those out, but they come to your house and do it.
That's why I didn't know that.
And so I never see a person if I don't want to, and I pay in the app. I never have to.
Oh, that,
which is
now
worth
that
its weight
part,
in gold.
Now that
Worth
part I love.
Hey,
Yeah.
I made a lot of money off Carvana a couple years ago. I was driving down I-65 here in Nashville, and I seen that Carvana elevator, that car elevator, and this was when Carvana, the stock was like $6, right? And that was my first introduction to Carvana, and I said, man, you can just order a car, buy a car online, go pick it up, and they'll bring it down to the elevator, and you never have to deal with a person or a salesman. Genius. Like, that's going to blow up. So I jumped on Robinhood out and said, oh, it's only a $6 thing. I didn't take any advice on this. I was just like, that's a good idea. Dude, I bought a ton of stock in that. I made so much money on Carvana because everybody else apparently thought it was a good idea too. You know, that's the one thing that I've made great financial decision on, was buying Carvana stock.
It is a pretty genius idea to see basically a car vending machine.
Yeah. And not have to deal with people.
Yeah.
That right,
Right,
there's
right.
that's key too.
I see you looking at
Oh gosh, I sold cars for 3 months when I got out of the Army. Man, I'm worried I ain't getting into heaven. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. If, you know, that's a dirty business. So when'd you move to Nashville?
Man, I've been in Nashville. I moved to Middle Tennessee in 2002, so 23 years ago.
Man, I joined the Air Force in 2002.
I wish I'd have moved here a little sooner, but that was
I graduated in 2002. Joined the Air Force in 05. Yeah.
So it's.
How long did you play the bars and stuff before you got your break? Family Man was like your break, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I moved here, and my goal was to just play music and surround myself with like interested people, and so Lower Broadway was the thing. I was like, I just want to play Lower Broadway. That's up, and so I met a guy. He, long story short, hired me to play piano for him, and so Lower Broadway is one of those, like, if you see somebody, like if you walk into a bar, you're like, hey man, I need a piano player for next Thursday. And so I got hired to play for him, and then it just multiplied. And so at one time I was playing 6 nights a week.
She was like a redneck Elton John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but not gay.
I mean, yeah, no, not gay.
But I mean,
There was a delay that was a little too long.
Shock value.
Grindstone Cowboy goes 2 different ways.
You know, a lot of people thought
that's
Grindstone
funny,
Cowboy
Greg.
was a strip club.
Yeah, you got this.
And then-
Thing.
But so I got hired to play piano for Luke Bryan.
Who's that?
After a couple of years of being here, and this was before he had his record deal.
he said, "Who's that?"
Yeah, that guy. He's an up and coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to Google him.
And then he fired me,
I can
but
see that.
he had it like with a great intentions, and he's like, look,
Hold
man,
on, why'd he fire you?
well, he says, and he may not have the recollection I have, but he's like, look, I don't need a piano player right now, but mainly is like, I don't think you need to be a side guy. I think because
Really?
he had seen me sing, and he said, I'm gonna help you.
Really?
So then he started introducing me to everybody he knew in music, on the music row and whatnot, and then after that, I picked up a gig. I playing piano for Tracy Bird. I played for Tracy for about 2 years. All the while singing demos for other songwriters, writing songs, playing Lower Broadway, and then I was playing at the stage every Tuesday night was my gig, and there was a bartender there named Kim. She was dating a guy in the music business who was in the promotion world, and she says, you got to come see Craig. And so he came down to see me, and for about 1.5 years, and then finally he said, hey, we're putting together a record label. We want you to be one of our guys. And I said, let's go. And that was in 2008.
What was the label?
Bigger Picture.
Yeah.
Started negotiating with them, and then so signed my record deal in 2009, and then Family Man came out late 2010.
There's a world my world revolves around.
Yep.
Phenomenal song.
Phenomenal.
I mean, I'm telling you, you listen to that song, And you know, the older you get, the more that song resonates with you. You're like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
it-
yeah.
You know, when I wrote it, I wasn't a dad yet.
hmm
But the guy that
You wrote that, not being a dad.
I had just found out I was like literally a couple weeks before this. I had this co-write with my buddy Joel Shoemake.
Mm-hmm.
I had just found out I was going to be a dad, so my emotions were everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he pitched, he had this idea, family man. I'm a family man, but it was rocking. And I said, I love that idea, but I don't know about that vibe. So we ended up writing the version you heard. So, and he wasn't a dad either, but so Family Man was inspired by who I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know,
Phenomenal song, man. My peaceful piece of solid ground.
Yeah,
The lyrics on that is just it's a phenomenal song. I'm not just saying that because you're here. It's one of my favorites.
I just go back to my dad because talking about trying to make payments on the truck and all, it was like that.
And I had just bought a 2000 model Chevy Tahoe.
Yeah.
And bought it down in Lewisburg at a buy here pay here lot.
Yep.
And I had never thought about that, but when that we were writing that song, I said, I got a buy here pay here truck.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't new, but it is to me. You know, that's my contributions, to the song, because I had just bought that Tahoe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
And then what, a few years later, how many years after that was Outskirts of Heaven?
So Outskirts was 2016.
Did you write that?
Mm-hmm.
That is such a powerful song.
Where did
man.
that come from? Because a song like that just,
Man, I tell you, I was. This is no kidding. Like sometimes you fabricate stuff, but I was laying in bed and got super nervous about going to heaven. Like
Really?
yeah.
Started thinking about your own mortality?
No. I grew up in the middle of nowhere,
Mm-hmm.
and I grew up even where I live now. Eagleville's super rural, and I didn't want to. The idea of living downtown heaven made me nervous. I was like, I don't want to live downtown heaven.
that's what got you nervous. See, I'm nervous I ain't going to make it.
No, I'm going. That's a fact. I'm going. But I just didn't want to live downtown heaven, so I was like, this is. So I had this idea. I was like, I want to live on the outskirts of heaven. I'm gonna live somebody, some in the country part. And so I was with my buddy Dave Turnbull in Chattanooga doing something, and I told him about it, and he's like, absolutely, save that idea for me. And then months later, we got together and we wrote it in about 2 hours. And
Did you know after you wrote that song it was going to be as powerful as it is?
we high-fived. We didn't know about what it was going to do, because when we wrote the song, I told him, I says, man, I need to write this. I'm not thinking about radio. I'm not thinking about nothing. I said, I got to get this song off my heart, And but when we did finish it, we both knew we had something special.
Oh yeah, I mean, when you talk about, two songs that are like emotionally moving in that realm, I automatically think of two songs: "Outskirts of Heaven" and Larry Fleet, "That's Where I Find God."
Yeah,
it's those two songs kind of just go hand in hand, man.
Yeah,
they're gospel songs.
Yeah,
they really are at the core of it. I think they're gospel songs.
Yeah, and it was, dogwood trees. There's a theory that the cross was made out of dogwood, so that's kind of where that little bit came from. And then I remember I was like, I was hung up on rhyming shaded. The second verse, traded, shaded, blah blah blah, but I also wanted to say, with a squeaky front porch swing, that rhymed with nothing. And Dave turned, he's like, I said, man, I just got to put this in there. And he's like, oh, so that, squeaky front porch swing, that's where I want to hang my wings. And I'm like, it was just divine. So, I mean, I couldn't type it fast enough. And so it was just one of those songs. I remember we didn't have the part going into at the end of the song until I was headed to the studio to record it. The good Lord knows me. He knows I need. I didn't have that till I wrote it on the way. In my head, I wrote it on the way to the studio to cut the vocals.
Do you think certain songs are divine
100%.
Yeah.
Let me tell you another piece of divine about that song. We had it slated to go out like February of March or March of 2016, and just like any time you got a record deal, something happens and they push it and they push it, and then they finally landed on August the 11th, and it's just one of those dates that like, what is August the 11th? Man, that means something. So I called my mama. I said, "Does August 11th mean something to you?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "That's the day your sister died."
Mm.
And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" 20 years to the day my sister passed away in a car crash, and that song comes out.
How old was your sister?
She was 25.
Damn. I hate to hear that.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you hear it just
That's
yeah.
that ain't just coincidence.
And you didn't pick that day.
I didn't pick that.
That
day.
was
They did.
you probably wanted it out 10 minutes after
Well,
you
I
cut
wanted,
it.
yeah, I mean, and I wanted it. I specifically was kind of not liking that date because I already had a show booked. I was out of town, and I wanted to be home for the release ad day is what we call it. Ad day. I wanted to be with my team and party and have but I wasn't home, so yeah, I didn't pick that date at all.
What did your mama think about that date?
She felt the same way. She's like, "This, yeah, it was meant to be."
Yeah.
And basically, she's like, "That's your sister's got something to do with that."
Man, it's almost been 9 years since you put that out, Craig. Just for me, remember when the song came out, it don't seem like 9 years. It probably definitely don't to you.
It's wild, especially now that I'm working a new song at radio, how I'm talking to some of these stations, and Outskirts comes up, and how many stations still have it in a gold is what they call it, gold rotation, which is it's a recurrent. It's not a current song, but it's in a heavier rotation than and it still streams like crazy.
It's a moving song.
So, but to your point, it's 9 years old, but it's still.
It's one of those songs that's going to be here for 90 years, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
My dream is that somebody will recut it one day and take it and get.
You want somebody to recut your music?
100%, especially
Really?
that song, because in the chart world, in the country music chart world, it only made it to 24.
Really?
That song only made it
Can
to
you imagine if
24?
that song?
What was number one at the time?
Well, what was number 23? I mean, shit.
Like
it only made it to 24. Can you imagine what that song would have done if it went to number one?
That's wild. But all that's controlled by the record labels too, ain't it?
Don't get me started. But yeah, my dream is because there's a lot of people that still have never heard that song.
And as soon as they hear it, they connect with it.
Yeah, and
they
so
fall in love
my
with it.
dream is to somebody, a Luke Combs or whoever it is at the time that's at the top of the food chain in country music, to cut that song and give it its due.
Yeah.
That's I'd love that.
Mm.
Man. Yeah. That's it. August 11th. You've got a charity for your sister, don't you?
No, my dad.
Is your dad?
Yeah,
Your
my dad was 36 when he died with colon cancer. So I do all my charity work centered around colorectal cancer.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
Your daddy was 36. How old was you?
11.
Damn.
Yeah. It was rough.
I don't get emotional about much. My kid's 11. My youngest is 11. Damn.
No, dude, speaking of that, like, my dad was 11 when his dad died. And then I was 11 when my dad died. So I'm freaking out, man, when my kids start turning 11s. I'm like superstitious. Like,
Yeah.
I said, I cannot wait till y'all turn 12.
Just get to 12.
Got to break this curse. But now they're 17 and 14, so I think we're good to go. And I got a colonoscopy this Thursday.
Well,
What is your Ooh, I did not expect that this morning. Lord have mercy. Well, what's the charity name?
Kenny Campbell Foundation.
Yeah,
After my
yeah.
dad. And we raise money to help people that are dealing with colorectal cancer, whether maybe help them out with some bills. We donate to certain other organizations that specialize in research and awareness and whatnot. So that's what I have a cornhole tournament every year. That benefits.
I think you invited me out to it this past year. I'll be there next year.
I probably left you a voicemail.
Yeah, probably so. You said something about the cornhole tournament, and I was like, I think I'm going to be out of town. Carissa, put that. Go ahead and block me off for that. I'll be there. I'll be there for that.
It's always the Tuesday before CMA
Oh Lord,
Fest.
here we go again. Here we
You
go
and these
again.
dates.
It's
the Tuesday before the third Sunday.
It's the first Tuesday before the first CMA Fest of the month of June.
All this makes sense in your head, right? Yeah.
No, I did it a Tuesday at CMA Fest because I invite artists to perform or to play or to participate.
Was this intentional that you did a cornhole tournament?
For the colon, yes. Cornholing for the colon.
That's funny as hell.
Yes.
That's very, very well done.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that.
You know, Eric and Steven were supposed to play at his coffee shop, but they got so daggum confused with the dates.
Well, he's invited us to play the cornhole tournament a few times. We haven't gotten invited in a few years. I'm okay with it. Steven's super offended.
Well, I try not to wear you guys out. You know, I mean, I could call the same people every year because I got some really good friends that would do it, but I don't want to overdo it. You know,
I kind of know how they feel because there's one thing that I never get invited to every year, and I'm like, that's right down my alley.
What?
It's the Folds of Honor softball game. I'm like, I was a professional hitting coach before I started doing comedy on the internet. Like this is my wheelhouse, and I see all my buddies out there, playing in it, and I'm like, I've never gotten invited to this. I go
There might
play
be a
it.
reason.
well,
Yeah. And I'm a veteran. I just retired. Like
you
how-
check
how
all
have
the
I not-
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Air Force.
How in the hell have I not? I mean, it is Air Force, Yeah, but we still consider it veterans,
20 years in the Air
That's
Force,
mean.
like 4 in the Army. So it's like,
That's mean.
oh, man.
But no, yeah, the June 2nd then.
June 2nd.
Yeah, and we have a big time, man. It's getting bigger and bigger every year, and
Y'all had a big turnout this year, didn't
yeah,
you? Like it was,
always, yeah.
Yeah. Our next guest is Grayson Russell, and he
Yep.
came out for it.
And
yeah.
I'll be with him. We're doing that thing at the Grove coming up. He may talk about it, but
That dude is a ball of energy.
yes.
Lord
I
have
just
mercy.
met him that day at my cornhole tournament, and man, it's one of those like,
He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
So
I
we,
have offered everybody ways when they come in before they do the show.
but not him.
Probably not him.
Yeah.
That dude may be dancing on the couch like Tom Cruise.
He needs water.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. But no, I just met him that day, and we hit it off and
Good kid.
fast friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah,
thing,
he's a great dude.
Yeah.
He really is.
And he's invited me to a couple of things since then. But it's
What is the Grove? What is that?
it's a golf course down in College Grove.
Yeah.
And they're having this red, white, and bourbon bash.
Mhm.
Jamie Johnson's headlining, and
Jamie, yeah.
me, and then Grayson, Craig Wayne Board, I think's on it. Some other folks, but yeah, it's coming up in October. Something.
Sometime.
But he's on it. Grayson's on it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Why don't we
Take
move
it into
into
the
the after hours?
Yeah. Little
You
10-minute
wanna
deal.
stick around for about 10 or 15 more minutes and let's do the after hour show?
For sure.
That'd be awesome. So you got anything coming up anytime soon, like music coming out or anything?
No, we just I like to talk about my new song. It came out in March, but it's as an independent artist, it's my first song that I've worked to mainstream radio. And we are sitting in like 63 on the chart, which doesn't sound super impressive, but as an independent artist, it's pretty cool to know that we're doing it all on our own. The song is called "Missing You."
Yeah.
And that's what we're focused on, real like hyper focused right now on that.
We'll drop all the links in the description on here on YouTube, and then You know, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcast or whatever, you can go check out Craig Campbell on your favorite streaming app.
All that. And then, you know, the usual follow me on social media kind of thing.
Missing you, yeah. You put out some pretty funny stuff.
I try.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah, you do some funny content. Yeah.
Seems like the people react to funny stuff more than they do music. So it's like, and I have fun doing it.
Yeah. You're at a
I wear a Speedo every now and again, which is, I think people, it's like a car wreck. It just, they have to watch it kind of thing.
That's where the Grindstone Cowboy comes from. That's why people think
is that on the butt of the Speedos, the Grindstone Cowboy?
No, they're blue jean Speedos.
Yeah, I love it. Let's go to the after hours. If you haven't joined our Patreon yet, we're going to do about 10 or 15 more minutes of the after hours on.
You think you can convince him to grab that guitar and maybe pick something?
You want to play song for us on the after hours?
Yeah, that's what I do.
You have to go to
That's what I do.
You'll have to go to Patreon, check out White Trash with Money podcast, and I mean you have to pay a little bit, but I don't think it's going to break the bank. If it will, don't pay it. That's fine too. You know, so. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Man, thank y'all for having me.
Appreciate
it's
it,
been
Greg.
fun. Hell yeah.
After hours.
Listen, did you know that? Welcome to White Trash with Money.